And it's Diane Matthews, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
That's
I'm
it.
make certain I have it right.
And you go by James, not Jim, right?
Jim is fine. Either one.
Is it? Oh, good. Okay. Because I have this bad habit of calling people named James Jim. So
It's perfectly okay with me.
great. Let's see here. Okay, still waiting on that. All right. Just got the notification that we've gone live. Perfect. So let's do a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. Hello, South Fulton Chamber members. Happy to have you here today for the Chamber's July Lunch and Learn series. Today, our webinar is going to be so fantastic, as the flyer indicated. So you're going to have an opportunity to know how to connect in the world of golfing. All right. So joining us today is the wonderful Mr. James Beatty, who is with the African American Golf Pro Digest. And I just want to say thank you so much for being here, and welcome, James Beatty. Welcome to the South Fulton Chambers webinar.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I know our members are really, truly looking forward to hearing from you today. So without further ado, I am going to get out of the way and let you have it.
Well, thank you so much, President and CEO Diane Matthews, South Fulton Chamber of Commerce. I'm excited to be here. Listen, if you don't mind, I'd like to just give a little shout out to my good friend and associate in Atlanta, Rodney Littles.
Yes.
Who's responsible for putting this together and is recovering from medical surgery yesterday. So our prayers are with him. He's doing well, I would add, and he's also on here. So hello, Rodney. Thank you for your hard work.
Get better soon, Rodney.
Absolutely. We need you, buddy. So what I'm going to talk about today is the sport and the business of golf, opportunities for African Americans. You'll notice from the slide, I've done my best to change the S's into dollar signs. That's what the Chamber's all about. That's what golf is all about. It's about dollars. Absolutely about dollars. Let me give you a little bit about a background about me. I'm the founder and CEO of 2 companies. And just to be clear, these are sole proprietor companies. These are not Fortune 500 corporations. Perhaps at some point they might be. Certainly one is Jim Beatty Golf Ventures, which I'll talk to you about later. The other one is NCS International, which is an economic development and a site selection consulting firm. A few years ago, I was named one of the top 50 site consultants in America by Consultant Connect, the National Economic Development consulting outfit that routinely deals with chambers of commerce, economic development agencies around North America. So I was very pleased to receive that designation. I've been in this field for almost 40 years now. There is a merger between site consultant, economic development, and golf, and I'm going to demonstrate that to you as we go forward. As CEO Matthews already stated, I also serve as executive editor of the African American Golfers Digest. You see here a former cover photo of the magazine. By the way, if you don't have it, we're happy to get it to you. It is in digital form, African American Golfers Digest. I also serve on the editorial advisory board and have been associated with the magazine for about 17 years now. It is published. It was founded by DeBerg Cook out of New York and has been in publication for some 17 years now. African American female, hard at work. Congratulations to DeBerg. This is a lot of words. I'm going to read them quickly. And I do this only to give you some more background about why golf and economic development are a clear merger in my mind. I serve as co-chair of the recreational subcommittee of the We Are Golf Foundation, the World Golf Foundation. I'm a member of the Diversity Advisory Council of the Golf Course Superintendents Association of America. Think about this association. Anytime you see a golf course and it's green, somebody's doing that work. In fact, many somebodies are doing that work. These people tend to be the Golf Course Superintendents of America. I'm co-chair of the Golf Commissioners Grassroots Advisory Council, where we just awarded $150,000 in grants to grassroots programs throughout America. I'm a former member of the board of directors of the National YMCA, I'm proud to say. A former chairman of the board of the Urban League of Nebraska. And former chairman of the board of the Great Plains Black History Museum and the Durham Museum, all here in Omaha, Nebraska. So I bring a perspective that is based in history, based in equality, and based in economics. Also, for purposes of this discussion, I'm also the event organizer, along with several others, of the African American Golf Expo and Forum, which will be held August 21 through 24 in Marietta, right down the street from where you all are. And I hope that many of you can attend or will attend that session. Golf. What do you think of when you hear the word golf? My guess is that many of you think of Tiger Woods. That's quite understandable. Tiger Woods, in many people's opinion, changed the face of the game, but he also changed the finances of the game. Before Tiger Woods, the winners of the various golf tournaments probably received prize money in the six-figure category. After Tiger Woods, it's very typical for winners of the PGA tournaments and other tournaments to receive well over $1 million for first place for playing golf. There are 319 tour players listed on the PGA website. 319. Of that, there are 4 African-American tour players. I'd call that a disparity. However, I would have to say in all reality, in the past few years, it has grown. At one time, it was just Tiger. We do have 3 additional now, but we need more. But I'm not going to talk about players at this point. I'm going to talk about the business of golf. Here are the 4 players: Joseph Bramlett, Cameron Champ, Harold Varner, and of course, Tiger Woods. And these are people that players that have certainly identified as African-American as part of their heritage and ethnicity. But here's what I want to talk about: golf by the numbers. And I would say the financial numbers. Golf is an $84 billion industry. That's with a B, people. My good friends, $84 billion industry. $55 billion in wages alone. 2 million jobs in the golf industry. 1 in every 75 jobs in the United States is golf related. 1 in 75 jobs in the United States is golf related. There's over 16,000 golf courses at 14,000 facilities. almost 37 million people play golf on and off course. Off course meaning places like Top Golf, putt-putts and what have you, but Top Golf being the major player there. And almost 25 million people played on course. 84 billion, 55 billion in wages, 2 million jobs. That's significant. Here's golf by the numbers for African Americans. Of that 84 billion, less than 3% of the industry impact African Americans. And I could probably make the case that less than 1% of it does, but I'm being very generous in using 3%. African Americans own only 9 golf courses. Remember I said there are 14,000 golf facilities. African Americans own 9. There are 1.1 million African American golfers. Less than 3% of the boards regarding golf and the governing bodies in golf and the C-level positions in golf are comprised of African Americans. Less than 3%. Folks, we can look at this as a disparity or we can look at this as an opportunity. I choose to look at it as an opportunity. Because there's only 9, I can go through these 9 very quickly. The 9 that are Black-owned courses. Michael Jordan just completed his course, Grove 23. Obviously, his number with the Chicago Bulls. His course was just completed about a year ago, and it is in Florida. Greg Jackson, who's an extremely successful entrepreneur in the Detroit area, automotive, real estate, what have you, bought this course in Copper Ridge in Michigan. Stanley Campbell, Martin Downs course, just purchased it. A little over $1 million that he purchased the course for, also in Florida. Sheila Johnson, who's probably the most notable owner. She owns Innisbrook in Florida. Renee Powell, her family owns the Clearview Golf Course, which is the oldest Black-owned golf course in America. Her father actually built this course by hand with his tractor, many years ago. And Renee is a former LPGA golfer herself, and she's a very successful entrepreneur in running the Clearview Golf Course. Bill Neal in Mineral Wells, West Virginia, is also a golf course owner. Pastor Tony Evans, not him, his church, they bought the Golf Club of Dallas this past year. They purchased the Golf Club of Dallas. According to Tony, he received spiritual guidance, and I say this in all sincerity, he prayed on it significantly before he purchased this course, which is going to create employment for many in the Dallas area. And the group that owned the course in Marlton, Maryland, HWVJ Enterprises as well. And then there's Forest Park in Martinsville, Virginia. So those are the 9 golf course owners. So if you're thinking about ownership of a golf course, we're going to address that as well too. But it is being done, and it's being done well. There's room for more of us in the golf course ownership arena. Here's the good news. The industry is changing. And now I feel is a great time. It's an absolute great time for African Americans to get into not just the sport, but the business of golf. Here's some of the major agencies that I'm talking about that are actively seeking African Americans to become involved in their particular operations. The LPGA, the United States Golf Association, the PGA of America, the PGA Tour, Club Corps, which I'll talk about a little bit later. They operate private clubs, and Golf Course Superintendents Association of America. These are just some of the ones that want to get involved, want us, African Americans, to get involved. And I say that because I've talked to each and every one of these folks, their CEOs and their HR directors, about what they want to achieve. And they want us in careers. They want us applying for the jobs. They want to see us involved with them in a contracting mode. So if you thought about golf previously as just a sport, that's fine. But hopefully this will help you see that there's many more opportunities. What are they? Career opportunities. Golfers consume a lot of food and beverage. There's opportunities there. At golf events, there's probably 100 golf events, major golf events, professional golf events, I should say, in America. Food and beverage is consumed at every one of them. You can be a provider of food and beverage or condiments that relate to food and beverage. Sales and marketing. You can't cut on CBS or NBC or any other network and not see some aspect of sales and marketing on TV as well as on internet. So internet-based sales and marketing as well as broadcast-based sales and marketing is another opportunity. Club management. You heard me mention Club Core. Club management is another aspect. These 14,000 golf courses, many of them are private clubs. Someone has to manage that club. There's tremendous opportunity in club management. I mentioned tournaments already, tournament operations. There are dozens, there are hundreds of people that it takes to run a tournament. There are aspects of tournament operations that you can be involved in, or your children or grandchildren can be involved in. There are jobs, internships, and careers available in this area alone. Broadcast media, I already mentioned. Social media. Golf has adapted quite well to the use of social media. Well, they need social media managers. And certainly the younger generation is quite adept at that. There are jobs in social media management, advertising, and journalism. We write. We can write. We do write. Golf needs people to write quite a bit about what is happening. There are dozens, if not hundreds, of reporters out there within the United States as well as worldwide that are covering golf every week. There is something going on in golf every week. And this journalism would also lead to talk shows, podcasts, and what have you. So I'm just hitting the highlights here. Business opportunities. If you own a business and you're in the food and beverage world, you need to pursue the opportunity to provide your product or service in the food and beverage arena to the various entities that put on the golf tournaments. Construction. Golf courses are being constructed all of the time, or they're being remodeled, for lack of a better word, all of the time as well, too. So there's the opportunity to bring in the bulldozers, move dirt, landscaping, what have you. That's all a part of it. Security. You can't go to one of these tournaments and not be able to get through security. There's security provided, which is hundreds of people at any one of these golf tournaments. Some are volunteer, but believe me, many are paid. So if you have a security company or want to get in the security field, that's an opportunity. If you have a broadcast media company, satellite communications, on the ground media, whatever the case might be, there's ample opportunities there. Golfers are always being interviewed. There's stories on course as well as what we would say off course. Certainly apparel, golf wear, caps, gloves, you name it. That's an opportunity. And I've heard many ladies tell me that there's a significant opportunity for apparel wear for Black women in this field. That many feel that many of the current apparel operations and companies don't quite fit their particular needs. So there's an opportunity there. And by the way, each one of these can be measured in hundreds of millions of dollars in terms of the opportunity. High-end retail goods, e-commerce. These are just some of the business opportunities. I hope I'm getting your attention in terms of the opportunities in golf. Here's a couple of examples I want to go over. Deuce Premium Products, which is a Black-owned company out of Tampa. They're a Black-owned lifestyle brand. They just signed a deal, literally a few weeks ago. It certainly took months in the making, but a few weeks ago, they inked the deal to go into 19 PGA Tour superstores. They have high-end goods retailing from $50 to $500. Lionsgate Security. I mentioned security before. They just 2 weeks ago contracted to provide security at the U.S. Senior Open, and they are pursuing other golf opportunities. I was fortunate that I just brokered a deal with the National Newspaper Publishers Association, which is the 230 minority or Black-owned newspapers in America, serving obviously African Americans and others. What you see here in the picture is Dr. Ben Chavis. who is the national president of that association. Ben Chavis is a longtime advocate for civil rights, but he also serves as head of this organization. I was able to successfully put together a deal that will have the NNPA provide, work with the PGA Tour and the PGA of America in terms of providing more coverage and hopefully receiving reciprocal advertising and other marketing opportunities within the golf industry. That was just concluded less than 3 months ago. So it's a proactive involvement that I've chosen to take with this, and that's why August 21 through 24, right around the corner now, that we put together the first or inaugural African American Golf Expo and Forum that will be held in Atlanta, actually in Marietta, at the Hilton Conference Center in Marietta. And you can see in the slide on the left, the hotel and conference center, which is located conveniently right on a golf course. How nice is that? The Expo mission: promote the game, the business, the industry, the careers, and the opportunities in golf for African Americans, and to grow the game. Folks, I can't put it any other way. $84 billion industry. At the Expo, we will have the decision makers. Now, as business owners, one of the challenges you go through is getting to the right people that can make decisions. I already hear an amen on that. This Expo is the opportunity for you to meet these people and potentially ink deals, or at least get in the door and demonstrate your capacity and your capabilities. Folks in the industry who will be there from the organizations I named previously that can make a difference and can sign checks and cut deals. They will be at the Expo. This is a busy slide, admittedly, but here's what we're going to do at the Expo. We start off Saturday with a youth and adult clinic from 9 to 11 at the Marietta City Club Marietta Golf Practice Area. There will be an invitation-only reception at the Marietta Hilton Ballroom. And here is where many of these folks will be in attendance. Sunday will be a golf scramble. We're purposely putting people together for networking purposes. You're going to spend potentially up to 5 hours on the course with people that are in decision-making modes. There will be a silent auction afterwards. And then Monday and Tuesday are the exhibits, which run all day, and the workshops. Folks, we have 16, 17, 18 workshops ranging from HBCUs in golf, supplier diversity, becoming a PGA, LPGA teaching pro, PGA Tour opportunities. It's all over. Journalism in golf. We're going to have some of the top people in the profession there for you to meet and greet and hopefully develop a relationship with. Now, I'm all for moving to action. Talk is cheap, but I want to move to action. Right now, today, this moment, here's what you can do. You can go to pgaimpact.org, vendor inclusion, and register your company. It's just that simple. It does not guarantee a contract, but that's step one in getting to participate in this $84 billion industry. What I want to point out is that the young lady on the left is Gina Rizza. She is the consultant that the PGA of America has hired to develop a supplier diversity program. And they have been involved in this very actively for the past 2 or 3 years, where they're highlighting now one of the companies that they've successfully worked with. So there would be subcontracting opportunities. There will be contracting opportunities. Certainly patience is a virtue, but you have to get in the door, and this is a way to do it. We want to see that happen. pgaimpact.org, vendor inclusion. You can go register your company on that right now. This last slide is called Make Golf Your Thing. Make Golf Your Thing is an effort that has been undertaken by the golf industry to get more people of color involved in golf. By their own admission, the golf industry saw very clearly the disparity in America after the George Floyd murder. And that's the only way I can describe it. And that's the only way it can be described. It woke many people up at the higher echelons of golf regarding the disparity in America as it relates to people of color. Make Golf Your Thing was an effort born from the commissioners on the PGA Tour, and the LPGA to begin to do something that makes a difference in this game. And they've come up with a theme called Make Golf Your Thing. Make Golf Your Thing. I actually serve on the marketing and communication subcommittee. This is a multi-year, multi-million-dollar effort. Now, here's a point I want to make. I just said it's multi-year, multi-million-dollar effort. I was able to work successfully with others to make certain that a Black advertising agency would be selected at least as a part of delivering this message. So folks, I want to conclude my formal presentation on this and move away from the slides at this point. And hopefully I can answer some questions or go into some more detail as you might wish to have happen here.
This was fantastic. I'm sure there are going to be questions. This is just a wealth of information, Mr. Beatty. I cannot thank you enough.
Yes, Jim, please. Mr. Beatty.
Okay, Jim. Okay, Jim.
All right.
I got you. Hey, if anyone has any questions, just put it in the chat. Okay, and then we'll go ahead on and answer it from there. While we're waiting, I just wanted to say that this expo that you have coming up in Marietta is such an opportunity. Of course, the Chamber of Commerce is made up of businesses looking to do more business. And so this is a huge opportunity, Chamber members. Please take advantage of it. Jim has already provided you with the information, how to connect. If you have any more questions on that, don't hesitate to ask in this chat also. But we all need to do that. We all need to take advantage of it. It's many opportunities.
If I might add, one can go to aagolfexpo.com to get the information. That's the official website for the expo. AAGolfExpo.com. And folks, the cost to attend for the 2 days, the cost is a whopping $200. Now, I say whopping, and that's tongue in cheek. If you can't invest $200 in your business to get multiple doors open to multiple decision makers, then we need to rethink what we're doing. You can't. It costs $200 to go to the airport and back via Uber, almost. Little exaggeration there, but you get my point. This is a very paltry investment for what can be a substantial return.
Absolutely. Hey, look, we have, first question is from Dr. Lisa Richardson. How can we find opportunities locally in golf?
Here's what I suggest, locally meaning in the Atlanta area, I'm assuming is what
Correct.
you mean.
Mm-hmm.
So golf has what they call sections. They've divided the United States up into sections, which is where these PGA professionals live. Not the playing professionals, there's teaching professionals. There's 28,000. And I should mention, of the 28,000 PGA professionals, 170 are Black. You do the math, okay? Now, as it relates to locally, I would contact the PGA Georgia section. PGA Georgia section, and they're located at the Bobby Jones Golf Course. I don't have the number at the top of my head, but Mr. Scott Gary, Geary, is the executive director. And if I can put the onus perhaps on you, Diane, that that would be a great meeting to invite Scott out to the chamber for a meet and greet, or to take a delegation and go meet with him at the Bobby Jones Golf Course, which is where they're located, as well as the Georgia Golfers Association, which is the amateur association. So beautiful golf course. I have been working with Scott Gary and the head of the Georgia Golf Association, Matt Vanderpool, over the past year, and have found both of them to be absolutely sincere and committed to want to see and make change as it relates to the business and opportunities. That would be my recommendation. The other thing is to make certain your case is tight. Okay, I can't put it any other way. Make certain what you are bringing to the table is not. I would suggest don't go there looking for a contract. Go there seeing what their needs are first, and then how that can be dealt with and supplied by members of the South Fulton Chamber, and certainly by your particular company. It may take some time. I don't want to hype it so much that I'm saying you're going to leave there with a contract, but this is where you start. Now, Scott Gary will be at the expo. Matt Vanderpool will be at the expo. So you should be at the expo. Come join us. Please come and join us. This opens doors and this opens pocketbooks. I can't put it any other way.
I think you put it very well, and we will take your advice on that for sure. Hey, Rodney Littles is asking, what was the reason for choosing the Atlanta area for the inaugural event?
There's no other place. There's no other place in my mind to put this event. Atlanta being the Georgia, of course, being a tremendous golf state. Atlanta being one of the top cities in golf areas, and also the access to the population, the Black and brown population, not only in Atlanta but in the Southeast as well. This is very critical that we wanted to have this as Atlanta as a gateway to the Southeast, easy for people to get into and out of Atlanta. It's a transportation hub. Hartsfield is one of the most busiest airports. It goes from one or two as busiest in the world. Where else? And as we have discussed before, this is year one. And ideally, if we can get through this successfully, which I'm praying and optimistic and hopeful that we'll do it in Atlanta again. But folks, we need support from Atlanta, from the Atlanta area, from the Southeast, and from the world. Come to the expo, please, and learn and begin to start the process of making deals. I want to point out, if you don't mind, that we have at this point 10 Black companies that will be exhibiting at the expo. We have a company that has their own special barbecue sauce. Now, I know this is very sacred territory with Black folks. Everybody has their own special barbecue sauce, but be that as it may, they've gone commercial with it. Soul Brothers, it's called Soul Brothers. Oddly enough, strangely enough, that's the name, Soul Brothers. They will provide, and they'll have samples there. I'm going to get one of them. We will have companies that have apparel there, everything from caps and visors to shirts. We will have golf products there that Black folks have invented and are selling to the golf industry. The African American Golfers Digest magazine will be there. So we have a number of people and a number of companies that will be there. And one thing I want to also share with the audience is that when it comes to being an entrepreneur in golf, this is not recent. This has been going on for some time. If you have golf, if you've gone past a golf course, if you've been in a golf store, if you've seen a golf tee, I'm reaching for one now. If you've seen a golf tee, this was patented by Dr. Gregory Grant, a Black man, invented the golf tee.
Wow. Never knew that.
In the late 1800s. He was a dentist. If you look very closely at a golf tee, it would resemble the root system of your tooth. prior to a golf tee, the golfers actually created a mound of dirt. Actually, their caddies did it. Created a small mound of dirt that they put their golf ball on to tee off with. Dr. Grant is acknowledged as having invented the golf tee.
Wow.
And to that point, we will have the USGA, United States Golf Association, they'll have a museum there on site. We are negotiating to have the Black Golf Museum on wheels there as well too, which is a 38-foot tractor trailer that will make its way, if dollars can be raised to get them there, down from Detroit to Marietta, which will be a mobile Black History Museum. You'll actually go around the outside of the truck, and it will be a panorama of Black accomplishments in golf. In fact, those of you that might be my age might remember Joe Louis. Joe Louis is one of the best golfers, amateur golfers during his time. Joe Louis actually financed many golfers that were early golfers on the PGA Tour, people like Charlie Sifford and others. Folks, golf is in our DNA. We just haven't acknowledged it to the extent that we need to from a business standpoint. We've been playing for many, many years. Our mantra for the expo is we play, we pay, we count. It appears as though that the average African-American golfer in America spends upwards of $5,000 annually playing golf and buying associated and related golf equipment and supplies. We are a market that can be served by companies that we own, as well as other companies that we're currently buying from. But we clearly have the wherewithal and the dollars to participate in this sport. Many people think it's expensive. According to a report issued by the World Golf Foundation, National Golf Foundation as well, the average 18-hole fee is $38. Folks, I think we can afford that, but you certainly can afford the $200 to come to the African American Golf Expo and Forum.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. And our history about golf is not being told. I know I grew up in a family of golfers. My granddad died on the golf course. That's how much he loved golf. So like my dad said, he died happy because he died doing what he loves to do. Amen. But I know, growing up, all I knew about was golf in our community and our family. My college, Morris Brown College, even had a golf team. I didn't know that. By the time I got there, they didn't have it anymore. Right. But this was back, they had it in the 40s. I just read it. And amazing. This is just amazing. Golf is not new in our community, but the word is not out there. People think Black folks started wanting to play golf after Tiger.
Right.
They have been playing, this is not new. So thank you for that history. But this just shows us we need to get to this expo. We really need to be there. We don't need to sit back and just let that pass by. It's here. So we don't have to catch a flight. We just drive to Marietta. Okay.
Exactly.
And if you're in South Fulton, it's not that far. I want to thank Rodney Littles. He has listed in the chat the African American Golf Expo link, aagolfexpo.com. He's also listed georgiapga.com, and he's listed gsga.org. So all of you just take a look, take a snapshot of that right here in the chat so that you can follow up with it. I'm sure there's some more questions. Are there any more questions? Because we have a couple of more minutes, people.
I'm just so happy for the opportunity to present to the chamber. I appreciate your efforts in this so much. You've been so good to work with, and I just can't underscore how much of an opportunity this is. I don't want to oversell it, but by the same token, I can't be less than enthusiastic about it. This has not happened before. And I'm getting calls, I almost said daily, but I'm getting them almost every other day from companies that, hey, can I come? Is it still time? I'm talking with major manufacturers, of golf products that want to have a presence there. And they're telling me, Jim, we want to participate. We want folks to look at us even from a career change standpoint. So if you're in a career that you may not be satisfied with at this point, I'm going to tell you right now, golf is an opportunity. I mentioned the positions, sales, marketing, advertising, IT. It's all over the map. And here's something else. You don't have to be a golfer. You don't have to play golf to be in the golf industry. All you have to do is be good at your job. Yeah. That's it. You don't have to be a golfer. Many people have mistakenly thought that, well, I've got to be the golfer Tiger Woods caliber to play, to be in the golf industry. Well, if that's the case, only one person who would be in the industry, and that'd be Tiger. So you don't even have to play golf. It's probably a bonus if you do, but you don't have to play golf, and just get in it. $84 billion. Now we can slice that up a whole lot of ways. I've just said we're less than 3%. My guess is that we're less than 1% of it. But I don't like to use, I'm a mathematician, that's what my degree is in, so I like to use numbers, but I also like to be able to validate them. But all the studies that we've done, we being the various task forces that I've served on, suggest that we are clearly less than 3%. So, but when you start measuring the industry in billions of dollars, 1, 2, 3% or 10%, that starts meaning a lot of money and therefore a lot of jobs. I can't encourage you enough to please take advantage of this offer, please.
Absolutely. And oh my gosh, hopefully a lot of our members that are on today will definitely do that. And anything else, we will continue to push information out about the Golf Expo. I really want to see a lot of us there. These are opportunities that just don't come by every day. We don't know about them. They're there, but we don't know. So now you know. So we don't have an excuse. And I want to thank Rodney Littles again. He just is giving a shout out to our VP of membership, who is our golf guru, Merlin Knight. Rodney is thanking him for bringing us together with you. And he says, as a new member of this chamber, Merlin made him feel very much welcome. And we're very happy to have you, Rodney. And thank you for connecting us to James Beatty, because this has just been fabulous. And I guess there are no more questions. I won't keep asking that. I think they have asked the questions. But I do just want to remind everyone, it's August 21st through the 24th. Okay. And I need to see you there because I plan to be there.
Me too.
Right? And then don't forget, September is the South Fulton Chambers Golf Tournament at Flat Creek in Peachtree City.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. You're bringing, I don't know how many folks will be in it, but you're bringing revenue to that golf course, and people are going to eat food, they're going to drink, you're going to pay golf fees. Hey, come on, folks.
Come on. So
let's cash in on some of this ourselves.
There we go. And the Expo is going to show us how to do that, in addition to what you've just taught us today, Jim Beatty. Thank you so much. We cannot thank you enough for being here. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
And I hope you have a great time. Welcome when you get here to Atlanta and you're over in Marietta. We look forward to meeting you in person.
Thank you so much. I look forward to meeting you in person.
Thank you. It was a real pleasure. All right. You take care now. All right. Thanks, everyone, for being here. See you next month. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.